I can just make some very brief introductions. To my immediate right is Mr. James McDonald. James is the Global Marketing Director of TITANIC 2. Next to James is Mr. Raymond Tam. Raymond is a Director for TITANIC 2 Asia, so he's a face that you'll certainly be seeing a lot of in this part of the world. I've got Mr. Ger from CSC Jingling, one of the directors there. They're the shipbuilders of TITANIC 2. And next to Mr. Ger, I have Robert Segerkrantz, who's from Delta Marine. Robert's from Delta Marine, as I said, which is the design company.
TITANIC 2 has a very strong relationship with China, and this is essentially why we are having our first gala dinner in Macau tonight. After Macau, we will move to different parts of the world, including London and New York. China is eager to break into the luxury ship market. Professor Clive Palmer, chairman of Blue Star Line, has given CSC Jingling the opportunity to make their mark by building TITANIC 2. Chinese shipbuilders has been one of the strongest, players in the bulk carriers market as well as container vessels. In terms of building luxury ships, China's global market share is still small. The TITANIC 2 project is the start of a massive Chinese challenge to the European luxury shipbuilders. We are also fortunate to be working with Delta Marine, a very experienced Finnish-based ship marine and design engineering company. So together with CSC Jingling and Delta Marine, we will complete the journey. We will set sail into New York. Thank you.
我们的上级主管单位中国外印长航集团和长航船舶重工总公司对建造泰坦尼克2号也非常关心和非常支持。
Our upper company, Sinotrans CSC and CSC Speaker, they are very care and support this project.
我们中国外印长航集团的刘锡汉总裁和长航重工的李文德总经理亲赴布鲁斯班，同帕尔马先生进行了友好的交谈。
The president, Mr. Liu Xihan of Sinotrans CSC, and the general manager, Mr. Li Wende of CSC Speaker, they went to Brisbane visiting Professor Palmer.
吉林船厂对泰坦尼克2号的建造也非常重视，我们呢也专门的成立了专门的班子，组织了船员的培训，进行了工厂的评审，也完善了我们的硬件和软件设施，为建造泰坦尼克2号做了一些充分的准备。
Jingling Shipyard also pay more attention on this project in order to build TITANIC 2 successfully. We set up a special team and organized training for all staff, arranged the shipyard evaluation, and improved the hardware and software facilities.
我们也坚信，我们能够把这艘引世人注目的这艘游轮呢，把它建造好，为我们中国的游轮进军世界市场做出我们的贡献。谢谢大家。
We have confidence to build this worldwide attention vessel of TITANIC 2 and contribute for China cruise shipbuilding into the global market. Thank you.
Delta Marine is a Finland-based company with more than 20 years experience in cruise ship construction and designing. We have been involved in most new and let's say advanced cruise ships that have been built over the last years. Now we have been involved in this project for a little bit more than a year, and it's been a very interesting journey to study the original Titanic and then implement the modern technology and rules and regulations and still keep the customer experience authentic. We think we have succeeded in that. all modern technology and long time experience have been used to construct this new ship and the original atmosphere. The ship is also designed to fulfill and go beyond all environmental regulations, and it is also quite fuel efficient.
I'd like to clarify the number of passengers that you expect from China. Is it 35%?
Yeah, I think with the project, I mean, we're seeing really worldwide interest. And I know Professor Palmer mentioned, 35% of that interest is coming from China, but we've got people in the UK, Europe, US, South America, everywhere, really wanting to be involved with the project. So we're looking to sail the ship from Southampton through to New York, which is obviously UK to the US. And that's what the ship was built for, so that's what we obviously recreate. But we also have the opportunity to take the ship all around the world for the world to see. So, we're hoping that everyone in the world's got the opportunity to come and be part of it.
For Titanic 2, the capacity for passengers is up to 2,400, and the crew capacity is 900. And in terms of breakdowns, we follow the original separation between first, second, and third classes. Roughly speaking, we will have 840 cabin rooms on Titanic 2. And the breakdown is as follows. First class, around 370 rooms. Second class, around 200 rooms. And third class, around 260 rooms. Now, Titanic 2 will be 4 meters wider than the original Titanic, which means we will have more room for the cabins, and the ship itself will be more stable.
Yeah. This ship will definitely be lighter, mainly because there is not the big steam boilers and all the coal that was carried with. The other is that the hull will be welded and not riveted. So these two things will have an effect on the steel weight mostly. So it will be quite much lighter.
I wonder, why did you choose Macau for this presentation? What Macau represents for Blue Star Line in this big project of Titanic 2? Thank you.
Well, I think, we were looking at a number of destinations in Asia, and it also coincides with the Titanic exhibit that's being held in the museum here, or in the hotel here. So it kind of had a good fit that there was already some things happening with Titanic here, and it's a fantastic venue, and as the people coming to the dinner later will see, it's a fantastic room. So we thought, start here with the end of Chinese New Year, and we move forward. We moved to New York after here, and we've got Halifax, London and Southampton all in the next couple of weeks. So it's going to be a really good journey for us.
We are working very closely together with our partner CSC Jinling to finalize the shipbuilding contract. Once finalized and signed, Jinling will start work immediately. And the team here is confident that Titanic 2 can set sail the maiden voyage sometime in 2016.
Will your plans will consider for Titanic to work as a normal cruise ship for the future?
Well, let's just differentiate it this way. We're not trying to compete at all with a cruise line. It's a different experience. The ship was built to transport people from Europe to the US, and at the time that was from the old world to the new world. We have an opportunity now with building here to also bring maybe the new world in China into the equation. But we will be able to take passengers on voyages around the world as the ship travels from say New York to the next destination, which might be the Caribbean, it might be Rio or wherever. We'll have the opportunity for people to jump on board and pay for fares there. Also in every major port around the world, as the ship stops, people will be able to come on board and take a tour around the ship and see it. So we're hopefully offering, if people cannot afford to come on the ship, then they'll have the opportunity to come and maybe see and explore what it was like at a port near them.
I have two questions. Is there any ship anywhere around the world bigger than the one you are building?
I think it needs to be clarified. The Titanic, when it was built 100 years ago, was the biggest ship in the world.
That's right.
But by today's standards, the Titanic 2 has a gross tonnage, which is actually the volume of the ship, 55,000 tonnes, which is actually a little bit bigger than the original ship because we've got obviously a safety deck. But I think the biggest ship which Delta Marine have been involved with is the Oasis of the Seas, which is 220,000 gross tonnage. So it's actually about nearly 5 times the capacity of Titanic. So in terms of the size of the ship, no, it's not nowhere near the size of some of the cruise lines you see today. The cruise lines of today's world, cruise lines were built to travel from one place to another place, stop in a destination, see the destination in the day, then take off to the next place. Today, they're building more ships as a destination. So actually what they're trying to sell on the experience is for people to go on and the ship is what you're looking at, what you're seeing, where you're spending your money, what you're doing. With our ship, we're creating an authentic experience as it was 100 years ago to be able to take that around and it's as we're saying, as Professor Palmer said, it's a ship where dreams come true. So we're hoping that it really unites that connection with everyone who knows around the world what Titanic's about.
The major challenge is to keep the authentic experience and still have all these modern things. In the original ship, you, for example, didn't have air conditioning. And nowadays, you must have air conditioning. The original ship, as I said, had the boilers, steam boilers, cold heated. Now we have normal engines. And these kind of changes, the original Titanic was actually quite advanced in steel construction and all that. So that has been quite easy to implement the new rules. As was mentioned earlier, to fulfill all the new rules, there have been added one deck, which is called the safety deck, and that will have the lifeboats and some public spaces and additional air conditioning and things like that.
Titanic 2 will be every bit as luxurious as the original Titanic, though it will have the state-of-the-art 21st century technology, including the latest safety and navigation systems.
And if I can ask Mr. Ga, I wanted to see if you could speak more about your aspirations for CSC in terms of, if you're moving more into luxury shipbuilding and what that will look like. Are there goals? Any more concrete plans you can give us an idea of?
就是关于这个造豪华邮轮方面呢，我们能不能请你多讲一些关于造豪华邮轮？
因为造豪华邮轮呢，吉林船厂还没有造过。
For frankly speaking, for luxury vessel, Jilin Shipyard not yet built before.
但是呢，我们吉林船厂呢是一个具有60年多年历史的一个老厂。
But we are a state-owned shipyard with more than 60 years history.
在国际和国内呢有很高的知名度。
Yeah, we have a lot of reputation in the worldwide shipbuilding area.
我们建造过长江上的客轮和我们的世界上的滚装船。
Yeah, we built many passenger ships sailing in Yangtze River, and also many ro-ro ships in worldwide.
长江上的豪华邮轮呢，也是我们长航集团建造的。
The luxury cruise ship in Yangtze River was built by our group.
所以我们的人才呢也比较集聚，也有一些比较优秀的合作伙伴。
Yeah, we have many technology background, and we will have many other good partners working together on this project.
所以基础呢总体上还是比较好的，我们还是有能力把它造好的。
So, generally speaking, we have capability and we have confidence to build this vessel.